After the two finished chatting, they left separately. Xavierchen found a hotel nearby to check in and wait for good news. Quinn was not vague in his work. After changing his clothes, he went to West LUCOZIA Palace to hand in the visiting card in person. However, when he arrived at the destination, he was shocked by the scene in front of him. At this moment, many people had gathered at the gate of West LUCOZIA Palace. Among them were several big figures he was familiar with, such as the General Soldier of the City Guard, General Lewis, and the Grand Secretary of Sky Seal Pavilion. These three were all first-rank officials. In West LUCOZIA, it was not an exaggeration to describe them as being able to call the wind and rain. Especially General Lewis, who was the boss of his boss. When he saw them at ordinary times, he had to march in step, for fear of leaving a bad impression. In addition to the three powerful big figures, there were also some second-rank officials, all standing in a row at the door. It is no exaggeration to say that any one of them would have more power and background than him. Oh my God, is today an important day? How could so many big shots show up at the same time? Quinn was secretly shocked and became nervous. The self-confidence that had swelled before was now all transformed into trepidation. In the eyes of many people, he, a third-rank official, was indeed a powerful person. But compared to these real big shots, he was just a small character who led horses in front of the door. He usually just made himself familiar and supported them, and knew that there was such a person. As for the right to speak, it can be completely ignored. At this moment, the red-painted door of the West LUCOZIA Palace was closed, and everyone stood at the door and waited. Several leading first-rank officials would peek inside through the crack of the door from time to time. The guards did not stop them. As long as they did not force their way in, they would all pretend not to see it. What's wrong with the prince today? We have been standing outside for a long time, and he really doesn't plan to invite us in to sit down. General Lewis paced back and forth, looking very anxious. That's right. I am so old, and I am dizzy and dazed under the sun. How can I bear it? Sky Seal Pavilion Grand Secretary also complained. Okay, the two of you, the prince said that there are important matters at home today, and he will not see guests. You should go back. The General Soldier of the City Guard advised. Humph! Let us go back, why don't you leave? General Lewis replied unhappily. That's right. We are all thousand-year-old foxes, what are you playing with us? I don't even want to expose you. Sky Seal Pavilion Grand Secretary rolled his eyes. He came here on behalf of the eldest prince to find out the truth. And the City Guard General knew with his toes that he had received benefits from the third prince. As for the rough General Lewis, he owed a favor to the second prince. The three of them had the same goal, but different positions. Don't be so angry, both of you. To put it bluntly, the prince has not seen us for so long, he must have guessed our intention and does not intend to wade into this muddy water. There is no point for us to waste time here. Why don't we find a place to eat something and drink a few glasses of wine? The City Guard General smiled like a signature. Eat shit! I'm not in the mood now. If you want to eat, go by yourself. General Lewis was very irritable. I won't go either. I'm taking care of my health now. I only drink tea, not wine. The Grand Secretary of Sky Seal Pavilion also refused. Since you want to wait, then continue to wait. I won't accompany you. The City Guard General said with a fake smile, and then pretended to leave. As a result, he almost bumped into Quinn, who was coming towards him. General, sorry, I almost bumped into you. There were so many big shots at the scene, and Quinn was scared, so he was distracted for a while and met the City Guard General. He almost made a mistake, and was scared to the point of being incoherent. He is not like other generals, who have a background and a strong backing. He can get to where he is today step by step, and he has worked hard. If he accidentally offends some big shot, he might be beaten back to his original form at any time. The city guards frowned at first, but soon recovered and smiled, saying, It's okay. You look so panicked. Have you encountered any difficulties? Tell me about it. A third-rank official is not a small official. If he is promoted to a higher level in the future, he will be qualified to be his right-hand man. Giving a smile and doing a favor is harmless. I have an important matter to ask to see the prince. I didn't expect that all the bosses are here. I am really scared. Quinn smiled. Oh? You want to see the prince too? What a coincidence. We all want to see the prince. The city guard smiled. Who are you? How dare you join in the fun? Get out of here as far as you can. General Lewis looked unhappy. These words scared Quinn so much that he shuddered all over and nodded repeatedly. Yes, I came here suddenly. I didn't know that all the bosses had important matters to discuss. I will leave now. After a deep salute, Quinn was ready to run away, but the city guard general held him back. Don't be nervous, since you are here, make the best of it. As he said that, he turned his head to look at General Lewis and smiled. General, this guy is your subordinate after all, and he didn't make any mistakes. Why are you so fierce? Why don't you listen to him? What if there is really a major military event, and you drive him away, delaying the opportunity, and the prince holds him accountable? What should you do? Humph! If you have something to say, just say it already. General Lewis frowned. Yes, it's like this. Xavier Qin, the third son of the Dukin from Qin family, is visiting West LUCOZIA. Today, I was specially asked to deliver a visiting card, hoping to meet the prince. Quinn hesitated and briefly explained the situation. After listening, the people around him laughed. What is the third son of the Qin family? I've never heard of it. Tell him to go back from where he came from. General Lewis was not polite. If Dukin Qin was here, he would still give him some face. He didn't take a privileged man who had everything handed to him by his father seriously. Hey, what do you think of the West LUCOZIA Palace? Anyone can come in? How ridiculous! The Grand Secretary sneered. The 3 first-rank officials will still have to wait outside the door, and a little no one who came out of nowhere was actually asking to see the prince like them. It was really a mess. Get out! Don't embarrass yourself here! It's annoying to watch. General Lewis issued an order to expel him again. Yes, I'll take my leave now. Quinn was sweating profusely, and he didn't even dare to wipe it off. After bowing deeply, he was about to run away again. Squeak! At this time, the vermilion door of the palace suddenly opened slowly. When the door opened, everyone's attention was drawn to it. Under the watchful eyes of the crowd, Thorian Reese walked out with 2 guards. Young prince? When everyone saw him, they immediately greeted him with a smile on their faces. Whether it was the general soldier of the city guard, the Grand Secretary of Sky Seal Pavilion, or the General Lewis, they all looked flattering. Young prince, you finally came out? I have something important to report. Please, young prince, get out of the way. The Grand Secretary of Sky Seal Pavilion came forward with a charming smile on his face. Just when he was about to say a few words, Thorian Reese thought he was in the way and pushed him away directly. His frail body staggered a few times, and he almost fell down. Grandmaster, we always pay attention to who comes first, and who comes last. The young prince is always sensible, so how could he indulge your bad habits? General Lewis sneered, and the second one came forward. Young prince, it's none of your business. General Lewis opened his mouth, but before he could speak, he was interrupted by Thorian Reese. The smile on his face froze directly, and he looked shocked. What's going on? Does the young prince in a bad mood today? Seeing that both of them were ignored, the general soldier of the city guards flashed his eyes and did not speak very tactfully. Otherwise, it would be somewhat embarrassing to be beaten for no reason. Who of you just said that you would deliver the visiting card for the Qin family? Thorian Reese walked to the crowd and stood still, and his eyes began to scan around. As soon as this was said, the eyes of the people around him looked at Quinn at the same time. If they remembered correctly, the third-rank official in front of them was the lobbyist sent by the Qin family. Quinn was terrified, and the whole person became more panic and uneasy, and cold sweat broke out on his forehead. Seeing the aggressive posture of the young prince, could it be that he had a grudge against the Qin family? Then if he came to the door to hand in the visiting card today, wouldn't he be walking into a trap? It's bad. I'm afraid today is going to be my unlucky day. Hey! I'm asking you a question? Who wants to hand in the visiting card for the Qin family? Thorian Reese spoke again. Yes. It's me, your subordinate. Quinn raised his hand tremblingly. It's already come to this point, and he can't deny it. You looks a little unfamiliar. Thorian Reese walked forward, looked at Quinn, and said lightly, "But it doesn't matter, come in with me." After saying that, he turned around and walked into the palace. Huh! Quinn was stunned for a moment, a little unresponsive. Am I in trouble? Why did he invite me in? Not only Quinn, but other senior officials also looked at each other, confused. What's going on? They waited here for a long time, but they didn't even have a chance to speak. Instead, a newly arrived third-rank official was invited into the palace before them. It was simply unbelievable. In terms of seniority, status, background, and sincerity, it shouldn't be this guy's turn, right? Hey, what are you standing there for? Come in, do you want me to carry you in a sedan chair? Seeing that Quinn didn't respond, Thorian Reese stopped at the door again and turned back to shout, "Yes, I'm coming!" Quinn woke up as if from a dream, nodded, and ran up quickly. Although he didn't understand, it didn't seem to be a bad thing. As long as he can see the prince and make their intention known, he will do his best, no matter whether he succeed or not. No one can blame him. Crack dong! After Quinn followed Thorian Reese in, the red gate suddenly closed again. Everyone, including the 3 high-ranked generals' guys, were blocked outside. After a short silence, the entrance to the palace became bustling with chatter again. What does the young prince mean? We have been waiting here for most of the day, but he ignored us and chose a petty official to come in. Isn't this a slap in our face? The Grand Secretary of Sky Seal Pavilion was so angry that he blew his beard and glared. Although he was a civil servant, he was among the best in the whole of West LUCOZIA in terms of identity, status, and influence. Even if the prince saw him, he had to treat him with courtesy. As a result, today, after all the hard work, he was turned away. If everyone is the same, and no one feels unbalanced, it doesn't matter if he gets turned away. But the most annoying thing is that he was turned away, but a third-rank official swaggered into the palace. How could he accept this? What is the prince up to? General Lewis frowned. He didn't see anyone, but only saw a little-known character, which was really puzzling. The Chen family. Xavier Chen, it is a bit interesting. The general of the city guards curled his lips. The words of the young prince just now made him keenly grasp the key point. It was only after hearing that the young general came to deliver the visiting card on behalf of the Chen family that the young prince opened the door to welcome him. In other words, the young general was able to enter the door not because of his face, but because the Chen family had power. The question now is, why would the West LUCOZIA Palace, which even the royal family could not give face to, pay attention to the Chen family, which is thousands of miles away? What is the trick?
And just can't accept it. This can't be the end yet. You promised to never leave, and now you're gone. Can't believe I can feel the world slipping away as you slowly fade from my everyday. You promised forever a love without end, but now I'm left broken, struggling to mend. I thought we were so tied, destined for a lifetime, love with no end, love with no end. Staying in my imagination, memorizing the past time, the secrets, the love, the care. Now they're echoes in the air. I still see your face in every place, feel your warmth, your gentle grace.